Strike three called. It's over.
Welcome to Labatt Memorial Park for some Tuesday evening baseball, a rare Tuesday night affair. This is a rescheduled game between the London Majors and the Kitchener Panthers. London searching for their third straight win, while the Kitchener Panthers looking to rebound after their sixth loss of the season and actually relinquishing first place in the IBL. We're just a few minutes away from first pitch here at Labatt Memorial Park, so let's do ourselves a little bit of pregame here. Matt Hiscox. The Kitchener Panthers tied for the top of the league right now. London in fifth place, but London's played some really great baseball in the past month and a half. Kitchener's still a tough team to beat, but they're coming off of a win against Barrie. They coming more recently off of a win against the Hamilton Cardinals 2 nights ago. I'd say momentum is on the side of the Majors in this one so far.
Well, when you look at the last few games, it's not been easy games. You had Barrie in there, who his six-time defending champion. That's not an easy defeat and the way they beat them 15-3, that's a statement game for the Majors in my mind.
And then on Sunday evening, too, that was just a masterful performance. It was just 2 free spots was all they needed. They rode the hot arm of Miguel Burgos and some strong relief pitching, minus one small blink in the radar, though. But Aiden Hannon came in with a strong relief performance as well to lock down that 6-1 victory, helping the team ERA, also padding the average runs that the London Majors have had, which they've averaged over 6 in this incredible streak, too. But this Kitchener Panthers team has had their number this year. They've lost to the Panthers twice. Both of those games were in Kitchener, but those were some gaudy numbers that both teams put up in those games. 2 games played, these two teams combined for 56 runs. It was a 22-5 loss that the Majors had in early May, and then in early June, it was a 19-10 loss, both at Jack Couch Park in Kitchener, though. This is the first time they've duked it out at Labatt Park, though, but this could come down to another offensive bonanza, as that's what all these teams have given us.
Well, and when you look at the games in Kitchener, it is a small park. It is probably one of the smallest parks in the IBL, and the wind blows. It's not like here where the wind is shaded by the grandstand. So it's a very hard and easy stadium to get hits off of. So when you're playing in that, it's easy to get hits and it's easy to make runs. Not saying that Kitchener's not a good team. Kitchener's a very good team. So it'll be interesting to see what happens tonight.
We're going to take a quick break here for the national anthem. We'll be back with first pitch after this.
Shivers up the spine, whether she's belting out songs with her local indie rock band Rexus or sweetly serenading you with her acoustic solo act, you're bound to be moved. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Nikki J.
Our home and native land, to patriotism is our strong band. With flowing heart we see light, the true North song and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land.
Moments away from first pitch here at Labatt Park between the Kitchener Panthers and the London Majors, and this could have some pretty significant implications on the standings. With a win tonight, London could leapfrog into third place in the IBL, and as well, that could also give Barrie sole possession of first in the league as well, because they're also in action tonight against the Guelph Royals, probably likely playing a postponed game as well from Friday evening. So definitely one of the biggest games of the year so far, I would say, Matt Hiscox, going up against a tough team, trying to extend a winning streak, and really a tough test for a team that's rallied in this last month and a half and been playing some really good baseball like the likes of their opponents.
Exactly. You basically described this game to a T. It is an important game. This is actually Kitchener's first time playing in London this season. So it'll be interesting how they play in the park tonight instead of playing in Kitchener, the smaller park. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there.
Like I mentioned, this is not the only game going on in the IBL on this rare Tuesday night affair. The Barrie Baycats and the Guelph Royals doing battle in Guelph tonight. They're got about the similar first pitch as we do, so we'll keep you updated throughout the evening on that game as well as the MLB All-Star game. So maybe we can throw you a couple updates here and there from who gets to host the World Series. But back to the matters at hand here. Julian Higuera is on the mound here for the London Majors. He is their ace, bar none, leading the IBL in strikeouts, and it's not even close. He's got 72 on the season. The next closest competitor has 58. That's a 14 strikeout difference. And oh yeah, mind you, Higuera has pitched in just over 50 innings this season. So he is playing some good baseball on the mound for the Majors. He gets the ball tonight, and here he goes with his first pitch, going up against the leadoff man for Kitchener, Yorbis Baruto. Baruto fouls that one back, evening the count at 1-1. Higuera, the lefty on the mound, going up against the right-handed Baruto. Missing high there for a ball, 2-1 now. Baruto, the shortstop for the Kitchener Panthers. Three-one count to Baruto, who's playing in his 14th game this season with the Panthers. And he'll lead things off with a walk here, one aboard, none out in the top of the first inning. And just as the Majors did in their Sunday evening affair against the Hamilton Cardinals, the first batter of the game is aboard, but mind you, the preceding three batters after that were all struck out by Miguel Burgos, 3 of his 11 on the evening, and I'm sure his teammate is going to look to try and keep pace with his strikeout numbers as well. As stepping up, it'll be Colin Gordner, the third baseman for the Panthers.
Well, and like you said, Higuera and Miggy are both 1A, 1B, so it'll be interesting to see how they react to the 1A, 1B combo tonight after Miggy pitched on Sunday there.
Majors have a pretty solid rotation of starting pitchers that'll be able to give you at least 6 innings of good quality baseball, and Higuera and Burgos, and of course the veteran Owen Boone, who has done so much for this team over the years. Showing bunt there was Gordner, but he lays off of it and he falls behind 0-2. Leadoff man Yorbis Baruto on first. Not taking much of a lead, although he does step off the bag there. 0-2 delivery, but gonna go check in on Baruto at first. Josh Williams stepping in at first base today. Larry Bockwell was there on Sunday evening. He's now behind the plate, Bockwell is. And a first punch out for Higuera is called out on strikes. So a backwards K for the first out of the game. And that brings up the third batter for the Panthers, and Zarly Cena.
And that almost looked like the same pitch that Miguel Burgos was dealing with on Sunday with that low pitch. I don't think that was a changeup, but it did look like it was very low in the zone, and that's what we like to see.
And that's exactly the approach that you want to take if you're Julian Guerra too. You've got the man on first, keep it low in the zone, try and induce a ground ball perhaps to get that double play opportunity. Going after the first pitch is Cena, and that'll be driven into the gap in left center. Rounding second is Boruto, and coming in for two is Gordner. Or Cena, check that, and he'll be safe. So a single that was stretched into a double from Zarly Cena advances Yorbis Boruto to third, and the Panthers are in business in the top of the first inning. 2 runners in scoring position, just 1 out.
And I think that play at second base was a lot closer than the runner there wanted it to be, but still he was able to luckily slide in there ahead of the tag.
It's Miles Miller in center field right now. This was his 4th game as a London Major, and he's played some pretty good defense as well as some offense since coming aboard from the NCAA. Number 4, batter Tanner Nivens, the center fielder for the Panthers, coming up with a golden opportunity to cash the game's first runs. Higuera delivers an outside pitch for a ball. Nivens batting .358 this season.
And this is the one thing that that Higuera is known for almost across the league. If you don't get you have a 1 bad inning, but then it's like, okay, how much bad is that first inning that he's going to have, and then how bad does he shut it down? He's been known to shut it down very well, and this is, I think, the 1 bad inning that he'll have, and then he'll shut it from here.
It's not how you start, it's how you finish, and should Higuera minimize the damage as much as possible, we can expect him to recover pretty well, but he's behind on Nivens right now. He gets him on a check swing for the first strike of this at bat. Tanner Nivens, the leading RBI getter for the Kitchener Panthers, has got 19 on the season. 19 total hits, including 6 home runs. Certainly well deserving of the cleanup spot. He's ahead 2-1 on Julian Guerra. And he's going to drill one past the shortstop. That'll cash at least 1. And it gets past Pena in left field. Being waved around now is Cena. So a single and an error for Tanner Nivens. Cashes in both base runners. And the Kitchener Panthers take a quick 2-0 lead in the top of the first inning. Chances are Zarly Cena would not have been waved around third had that ball not gotten by Izzy Pena in left field. And now the Panthers still have a runner in scoring position as they bring their 5th batter to the plate of the inning, Mike Gordner, the DH. Gordner also doubles as a catcher, as well as designated hitter. Takes that pitch outside for the first ball.
And it almost looks like Higuera is fighting that outside pitch. He hasn't been able to find that part. He's been able to find the low, able to find the inside, but hasn't found that outside pitch yet.
It's been a rough go for Julian Guerra so far. Only 1 out, but he's already given up 2 hits and 2 runs. Misses inside that time for a ball. 2-1 now. Mike Gordner batting .286 on the season. 1 home run to his credit. 8 doubles, though. That leads his team in that category. Along with 24 hits. Goes after that one, but Miller is there in center field for the 2nd out of the inning. That forces Tanner Nivens back to second.
And I think if Higuera can come out of here with only 2 runs against, I think he's very lucky, but I think it's also showing what he can do here in this inning, and then hopefully come in and shut it down from here on out.
All things considered, maybe escaping this inning with just 2 runs given up isn't the worst scenario in the world for Julian Guerra. But he'll have to get through Liam Wilson, the first baseman for the Kitchener Panthers. And for Wilson, just his second game of the season. Has yet to register a hit, but has been walked once.
And I think that right there goes to, we're playing on a Tuesday night. Most of these guys work. So maybe the regular first baseman's working or something's going on where he can't commit to Tuesday nights, and that's where you get guys like this coming in.
It's a quick turnaround of the schedule, too. This game was supposed to be played on Friday just a few days ago, and then we got a note during the game for the Hamilton Cardinals that this game was going to be rescheduled for tonight. So a lot of short notice. It's tough to be able to rally everyone like that. Kitchener's only an hour away, but it's still, you got to kind of clear your schedule all at once. And of course, these guys do have lives. Some have families as well. So it can be tough to get away from your commitments when something comes up short notice like that.
Well, and you got to look at it too is the only ones that aren't born or working here would be your import players, and they're sitting at home living in dorm rooms or in an apartment. Everybody else works. Everybody else has jobs. Everyone else has families. So to find a babysitter, to find something like that for your children, tell your boss, hey, I've got a game now on Tuesday. That's a little hard.
Wilson goes after this pitch. Snag that short. Wilson can't come up with it at first, so Wilson will reach. And in addition, Nivens goes to third, so runners on the corners now with 2 out in the top of the first. It was a nice stab by Artiega at short. He just couldn't get the throw over cleanly, and Wilson struggled a little bit on the scoop there. It gets recorded as an infield single, though, for Liam Wilson, so that's his first hit of the season. Now we're getting towards the bottom of the order now for the Panthers as Riley Davenport, the catcher, comes up to the plate.
And I'll play the devil's advocate here. Maybe give these guys some hope. We've seen what the Majors offense can do. They put 6 runs up on the board in 2 innings. So, maybe this is, hey, here, have some hope and faith, and we're going to take it right back when you come out to bat.
Not to mention that you've also scored 10 and 5 runs against the Panthers already this season, albeit you've given up a combined 37 runs. But the point remains, you're still able to get runs against this team, and I feel like we're far from over as far as the offense is concerned, this being just in the top of the first inning.
And like we mentioned there during pregame, Kitchener's Park, that pop fly to Miles Miller, that's a home run in Kitchener, unfortunately. So it's definitely a different park here, and if that ball's a home run there, it's 4-0 now, not 2-0. So it's definitely a different park to play in, and we'll see how the Majors respond in the inning.
Higuera gets some swinging there. Davenport falls behind 1-2. Actually grew up just a stone's throw away from Jack Couch Park in Kitchener there, and I remember taking in a couple Panthers games as a young child, and it was actually just a treat to see all the home runs that you'd be able to hit. That's, of course, what you go to baseball games for, is the home runs and maybe the odd foul ball, and I got both in one game. It was a good night for Greg there. Misses outside on the payoff pitch, so 2-2 count.
You mean you're telling me that you didn't actually swing a baseball bat in Jack Couch? I'm sure you could have hit a home run there, and even I could have. So it's definitely a treat there for the fans.
And if you listen to Matt and I's broadcast on Sunday, we've fully admitted that we are not full 4-star athletes. Flared into right field, though, and that's going to drop. That brings one more across the plate as a bloop single from Riley Davenport extends it to 3-0 in the first inning here. Second baseman Mike Andrulis up at the plate now, batting in the 8 hole as the Panthers with a bat around first inning so far. Man on first and second after Riley Davenport's flare single just over the glove of Yuki Asada at second. Poked at right back to Higuera, and that will do it for this wild first inning. 3 runs scored on 4 hits for the Panthers, and they take an early lead in this Tuesday evening affair. tough first inning for the Majors there, but now they'll have a chance to rectify that in the bottom of the first with their first trip up to the plate. As finally we have a chance to take a look at our keys to the game, and we're actually going to see the pitcher for the Kitchener Panthers in this game, Stephen Gade. He's making his first start of the season. He's only pitched in 5 innings so far, but the key for London is to take advantage of the fresh pitcher making his first start of the season. And of course, you've got Julian de Higuera on the mound for yourself. Play defense for him, stay error-free, and then you also got to manufacture runs against this team too. You know you can get runs across the plate, but it's not going to come easy. And as we just saw in the top of the first inning, Panthers are well capable of batting around, so no lead is safe for the London Majors should they take one in this affair. As we'll take a look at the batting order for the London Majors, as Yuki Yasada leads things off in the bottom of the first inning here. Mike Miller draws into the number 2 hole, switching with Carlos Artiega at number 9. That's a flip-flop from the other night. Everything's pretty much well the same, as with the exception of Josh Williams drawing in for Steve Froese. But Mike Ambrose at third, not catching today. Larry Bockwell is. And then Byron and Cleveland at 4 and 5. And of course, Izzy Pena, one of the best hitters in the league, batting in the 3 hole for the London Majors, as Yuki Asada takes a first pitch strike from Stephen Gade. This is Gade's 5th appearance of the season. All of those were in relief, as he jumps ahead of Yasuda here, 1-2. For Gade, he's on the season 5 2/3 innings pitched with an ERA of 3.17 and a total of 4 strikeouts. And Gade was actually the expected starting pitcher for Friday's game, as that one was rained out essentially seconds before first pitch with a torrential downpour that just drenched the southwestern Ontario region, as Yasada pops this up into shallow right field into foul territory. And making the catch there for the Kitchener Panthers is Mike Andrulis for the first out on the bottom of the first inning.
It'll be interesting to see how the Majors look to capitalize. The guy's only pitched 5 2/3 innings. That's not a lot here in the IBL. So it'll be interesting to see how they react, especially later in the game when he's pitching, if he sticks around for 5 and 6 innings when he's going through the order a second time.
Miles Miller up to the plate now, catcher for the London Majors, and just been lights out for them in his short stint so far. This is the 4th game he's suited up in. But for Miller, game number 4, and he already has 5 RBI to his credit. Gade just floating one in there, but missing barely outside for a ball. 2-1 count now. Going after that delivery was Miller, so 2-2 count.
Wonder if he was looking for that slow throw in there like he had the pitch before.
A bit of an off-speed pitcher Gade is so far. We've seen him try to use the finesse and paint those corners in the zone. 2-2 payoff pitch though, and a slow wind-up for him, maybe trying to throw off the timing of Miles Miller. Doesn't work though, so a full count.
And we've seen this actually before against, I believe it was either Brantford or Hamilton, where the pitcher would change his delivery when he was throwing it an off-speed pitch.
Miller goes after this one right to the first baseman for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down so far, and that'll make way for Ismael Pena stepping up 3rd in the order. Ismael Pena did not record a hit the other night against the Hamilton Cardinals. Was 0 for 3 with a walk.
It'll be interesting to see how he responds to that. He's more of a player that hits all the time and hits for power. At least doubles is what we usually see out of him. So it'll be interesting to see how he reacts tonight with only getting walked last game.
1-1 count to Ismael Pena. And Pena on the season batting .379 amongst the league leaders in the IBL. And he goes after this delivery, slicing it into left field, but can't get it down, making the play. Over in left is Zarly Cena, and that'll do it for the first inning. Panthers have a really good top half, and the Majors on the not so hot bottom half. As we're going to take a break here on Majors TV, come back with second inning action. Tough first inning for the London Majors, and they're going to have to play defense now as they gave up a 3 spot in the top of the first. Now in the top of the second, they trail 3-0. Juliana Higuera going up against the number 9 hitter, Andy Leader, the right fielder for the Kitchener Panthers. Ball's behind Higuera does. 1 ball, no strikes quite yet. Leader batting .304 on the season in the number 9 hole. Leader has 10 RBI on 14 hits this season, so not a whole lot of hits, but productive when he does so. Segura's 1-2 delivery just barely misses, evening it up at 2-2. Panthers sent 8 batters to the plate in the top of the first inning, counting for 4 hits. London did have an error as Higuera records his second strikeout of the game, as he gets Andy Leader to chase on that low delivery. One out in the top of the second inning.
And we see Higuera adding to his league-leading strikeout at now 74. Like you said, at the beginning of the game, is 14 above second place. I don't think there's been that. That's almost a game and a half of Higuera pitching.
Well, you know as well as anyone that when a pitcher gets in a groove, it's so hard to stop them. And I think during that month of June, Juliana Higuera was pretty much next to perfect. Unhittable, you could say, as he was just punching batters out left, right, and center. As we're flipping over the order already for the Kitchener Panthers, Yorbis Baruto, who reached on a walk in the first inning, already jumps ahead 2-0.
And when we look at Higuera's stats here, he's only had 2-3-1, 3-2, 3-1-3, and a blemish his first game actually as a major, where he had over 3 and he gave up 4 earned runs. So when you're giving up 3s and 2s and even 1s, that's what a manager likes to see.
And in almost all of those games as well, going well over 5 innings. So that makes life so easy for a manager in Rip Chanderdat when you've got your ace on the mound that you know can get you to that 6-7 inning range depending on how things go, and you've got lights out closers and Aiden Hannon and John Fitzsimmons in the bullpen to relieve things once you do have that starting pitcher tire out. So not a bad situation for the majors, although it's been a tough start for Higuera so far. He's looking to get a makeup inning here in the second. Already won away with a strikeout. He's got a full count against Colin Gordner here, who did strike out in the last inning, struck out looking. 3-2 pitch. Gordner fouls it off. Ends up in the stands, so remains at 3-2.
And we go back to, I believe you and I talked about the versatility of Mike Ambrose last game. We saw Mike play catcher on Sunday and a little bit of third to end the game. And we see him back at third here with Froze on the bench and Bockwell behind the plate. So you're definitely seeing the versatility that Ambrose has.
3-2 payoff pitch for Higuera. And misses outside for a walk. Higuera's second walk of the evening so far. That'll put one aboard with one out. I correct myself, that was Yorvis Baruto who's on first base now. So that's his second walk of the evening.
And this is definitely not something we see out of Higuera. He's only given up an average of 3 walks his games. So it's definitely something that we don't see out of him. Something maybe off. Maybe it's different for him playing on a Tuesday night. Something like that maybe.
Well, you mentioned already that he looks like he might be struggling with his accuracy right now as he checks in on Baruto at first.
I don't think that was checking. I think that was forcing with the speed of that throw.
Full-on underhanded swing over to first base, but Baruto did get back in time. Now it's Colin Gordner up to the plate and a pitch out here, and Baruto reads that, so no throw. And now Larry Bockwell will call over Josh Williams for a mound meeting with Higuera to talk things over on how to handle the base runner. Baruto didn't stay on first base for very long in his first trip there, as he was advanced to third and eventually home in that bat around first inning for the Panthers. Colin Gordner up 2-0 on Higuera.
And instead of throwing the ball over, he could always just hold it.
1, throw over to 2, and that's exactly what the doctor ordered, an inning-ending double play for the majors, as Panthers go down without any more damage, and the majors now with a chance to get back into things in the bottom of the second in just a short bit. Welcome back to Majors TV for the bottom of the second inning. Majors went down in order in the the bottom of the first inning. Cleveland Brownlee now stepping up to the plate, the designated hitter for the Majors, and among the league leaders in RBI as well. Brownlee with 23 RBI, 7 home runs, ball batting .221, recording 19 hits.
And this is almost a bad matchup for Brownlee, as we've seen Gade throw a lot of off-speed pitch, and we know that that's tough for Cleveland to get to. But he did sit back on for his 100th, and that was a curveball that was left hanging.
Brownlee chops this one over to second. Going to be a tough play. Throw over to first in time for the first out. You can even tell that Yorbis Baruto at shortstop knew that he had a little bit of extra time for Cleveland. Brownlee trotting up the first base line. Not necessarily the speed demon is Brownlee.
Number 22, Byron Reichstein.
As we're approaching number 5 in the order, Byron Reichstein coming up to the plate. Reichstein batting .274 this season with 16 RBI and 5 home runs as well. And has been swinging a pretty hot bat as of late, including a home run last week in Toronto. That barn burner of a game. Falls behind quickly here, though, to Stephen Gade. 0-2 count. Gade's payoff pitch. Missing outside for the first ball of this count.
And it seems that Gade has a very long windup as he goes through and delivers his pitch. It looks like it's almost coming from the back of his shoulder and forward.
And a swing and a miss for the strikeout as Reichstein gets retired. 2 gone here. Larry Bockwell up to the plate, and he just got his first hit in his second stint with the London Majors, and is a pretty memorable one on Sunday evening. A long ball over the left field fence.
And we can definitely say long ball. I don't think that was Thames River long, but it was definitely walkway long.
Bockwell just won the first one out, chops this one to third. Throw to first in time, and the Majors have been retired in order so far. Stephen Gade perfect through 2 innings as his team leads 3-0. We'll be back with third inning action here on Majors TV. Top of the third inning here between the Kitchener Panthers and the London Majors. The first meeting between these two teams at Labatt Memorial Park. Kitchener taking the first two meetings back at Jack Couch Park in K-Town by a whole lot of landslide scores. These teams have combined for 56 total runs between those two games, as both of them were barn burners in that Hitters Ballpark in Kitchener. And the Panthers off to a good start in this one, up 3-0 off of 4 hits, all of which came in the top of the first inning. Juliani Higuera gave up a walk in the top of the second, but was otherwise unscathed, as he's looking to settle in after that tough start to his evening. He's going to go up against Zarli Sina, who got aboard with a double his last time at the plate. Two and one count for Sina. Swings at that one, make it 2-2. And Higuera punches out Sina. That's the third strikeout for Juliani Higuera. Second one on called strikes, as there's a bit of a conversation between Zarli Sina and the home plate umpire after that. That brings up Tanner Nivens, who got the scoring started in that first inning of play. He had a 2 RBI single that really got things going. It was a single that was then stretched into a double thanks to a bobble in left field by Pena.
And if I can say anything about Higuera's strikeout count here, he's had at least 5 strikeouts in every game that he's started. So he's definitely a strikeout thrower here.
As Nivens goes after that delivery, Arteaga with a strong throw to Williams at first for the second out. 2 up, 2 down for Higuera in the third inning so far. Mike Gordner, the designated hitter for the Kitchener Panthers, flew out to center field his last time to the plate. Takes the first pitch called strike, as Higuera is starting to find the zone a little bit more as this game settles in.
And I think that's what we had mentioned earlier. He has one bad inning, and now he just needs the offense to catch back up here.
Gordner going after that one, fouling it back, so he falls behind 0-2. Higuera's payoff pitch. Gordner chops at it, but it goes foul, so we'll keep it at 0-2.
He looked to be very out in front of that one by, it wasn't even close to being fair. That was past the runner's box there, foul. So it's definitely out there wide.
You could tell that it was basically Gordner's goal once he realized the speed of that pitch to just get contact on it and not be an easy out.
But he did his job. He's staying alive in a count. So that's his job now that he's down 0-2.
We'll have to face the same situation here for Higuera. Swing and a miss, or he does get a foul tip on it. So Gordner stays alive. Sticking around at 2 strikes, no balls yet. Swing and a miss, and
That'll be it for the top of the third inning. The Panthers go down in order, 2 via the strikeout, as Higuera's totals up to 4 on the evening so far, and the Majors searching for their first hit. We'll come back in just a couple moments. Bottom of the third inning here, Majors looking for their first hit of the evening, as Stefan Gade is perfect so far through 2. And Mike Ambrose will look to do that, as he's playing third base today. Ambrose, the utility player for the London Majors. And he takes the first pitch for a ball. Gade missing low again. Gade can't find the strike zone on that, so a 3-0 count now to Mike Ambrose.
And it's almost interesting. It looks like it's the same pitch over and over and over again that he's missed with. So it's not like he's gone to the fastball or anything. It's been a changeup that he's missed every time.
And we've talked a little bit about Stefan Gade's delivery so far, and it's a weird one. It's slow, but he can also speed it up too. It's never the same delivery twice, and that's got to throw hitters off when you're trying to figure out the timing of a pitcher, especially with the speeds of his pitches, which are appearing to differ as well. It's a really tough position for the batter's box. It doesn't look like Gade has a whole lot of heat to his game, but it's just the mind games that he's playing with hitters that have really seemed to stifle London so far.
Well, and I've been trying to think as this game's going on, who does he look comparable to of the MLB? I can't think of anybody.
I've never seen a pitcher quite like that, as Ambrose pops this up into foul territories to fill up the count 3-2. I would liken him to Mark Burley in the way that he's just trying to paint the corners with a slower delivery, not relying on his heat, but more on his movement and his placement of pitches. But as far as the actual windup is concerned, as Ambrose gets beamed, so he'll take a base, the first base runner of the game for the London Majors.
And that's only, and I keyword only, his 8th time being hit this year after being hit 27 times last year. So I think we're down about almost 85% from what he was last year.
Although it's worth noting that that's still second in the IBL, though. It's 8. It's 8. The 9 is the leader. But Mike Ambrose, whatever you're doing in the batter's box, balls just seem to come towards you.
I was actually talking to his girlfriend, and she said he has a magnet in his pocket. It's a ball magnet.
It's kind of a bittersweet moment because you get on base for your team, but you get a little bit of bruises at the end of the day too. I'm sure he's pretty used to it at this point, and I think he wears an elbow pad as well when he's in the batter's box.
This year. He didn't actually wear one last year.
So this is a new addition to his attire. As Josh Williams is up at the plate now for the Majors. He's drawing into the lineup. He joined the team a couple of weeks ago, playing in the independent league in the States. And recovering from a pretty serious groin injury as well. And his first full game action was in his first game, which was against the Hamilton Cardinals in late June. He did manage to get a single in that game, and Williams also pinch hit the other night against the Cardinals and got another hit. So he's starting to come into his own with the Majors so far this season. As Ambrose gets checked in on at first.
And we actually saw Ambrose be checked on in Guelph 6 times in a single at bat. So it's definitely something that's going through the league where it's like, hey, we got to check on this guy a little more. But he doesn't have many stolen bases.
Williams goes after this pitch. That's deep into left field. Looks like it'll stay in play, though. And making the catch is Zarly Cena for the first out of the bottom of the third. As Williams has shown some good power in his swing, and he's got a very, very violent swing, I might add, too. So he's definitely able to drive some balls. It's just a matter of getting the timing right, and I'm sure once he does firm that up, and you can only hope that it'll come at the right part of the season towards the tail end and coming into the playoffs, he could be a valuable asset for the Majors, either playing first base or coming in off the bench in pitch hitting situations.
Well, especially when, like we mentioned, it's been only, he's only played, I believe, 5 games, you said, and so it's going to take him a little bit to get his rhythm. You know as well as I do, being a broadcaster, as soon as you start getting into a game, your rhythm starts to come to you. So it's the same for baseball players. So it's very hard for them as well, getting into their timing. And hopefully it takes him, another week or so to get his timing. We've got 3 games this weekend, so maybe that gives him a little more timing. And come playoffs, he's hitting the ball out of the park, or at least doubles.
It's been a busy week for the Majors this week. This is the first of 4 total games to be played, as this is rescheduled from last week. Then tomorrow they'll be in Brantford. There we go. Brantford against the Red Sox. Then back here against the Panthers on Friday evening. So 2 games in 4 nights with these 2 squads. And then the mighty Barry Baycats, as this one's drilled to second, play at 2, over to 1, and that'll do it for the 3rd inning as Carlos Arteaga hits into the inning-ending double play. A no-hitter still alive for Stephen Gade, but he has allowed 1 base runner, but no hits, no runs. His team leads 3-0 after 3 innings of play. Welcome back to Labatt Memorial Stadium for some IBL action between the Panthers and the Majors. Probably seen that banner at the bottom of your screen a couple times, and it's not just because Matt Hiscox is a big Instagram guy, although I know that you are. You're a photographer, you kind of have to be. But
I kind of have to be, but it is a big thing for me. I run the social media here for the Majors, but also my own personal stuff. I like to promote myself a little bit.
Well, yeah, you got your personal one, you got your photography one, you got your Majors one, you got one for all the bases there too. How many likes do you think is a good post though? Like when you see the amount of likes, what makes you happy?
100, 150,
Yeah,
that really makes me feel good inside.
Yeah, triple digits is a big ego boost. Well, if you are like Matt and myself and really enjoy Instagram, well, on Friday night, on July 19th, it will be Instagram night here at Labatt Park. What is Instagram night? I'm so glad you asked, Matt. Well, there will be a cardboard cutout of an Instagram post. All you have to do is take a picture with yourself in said cardboard cutout and tag the London Majors Instagram account. That's at London Majors.
But what do you win?
I'm so glad you asked. This time you actually did ask it. the prize for the person who gets the most likes on their tagged picture of that Instagram cutout wins a 2020 seasons pass for the London Majors.
You mean I can come to every London Majors game if I win this?
Every single game right here at Labatt Park, free of charge, just for posting a picture on Instagram and having people like it.
I'm doing it. I'm posting it on my personal, and then I'm going on the Majors and liking it, and then I'm going on my other one, and then I'm going on yours and hacking yours and liking my own.
So Matt is going to stack the deck in his favor. Is anyone going to be able to topple him? Well, someone's going to have to. Friday, July 19th, Instagram night. Be sure to bring your phones, bring your best selfie face, and get ready to double tap like, and hopefully get some seasons passes. Hey, all of a sudden we're in the top of the fourth inning. The Kitchener Panthers up to bat, and leading things off here will be Liam Wilson, who had an RBI single his first time to the plate. That was back in the top of the first inning where they had almost everyone at the plate. Juliandre Higuera, after that rough first inning of play, has settled down, has faced one over the minimum over the past 2 innings, and recorded 3 strikeouts in the process. 1-1 count right now to Liam Wilson, who's playing just his second game of the season for the Panthers and picked up his first hit of the season as well with that RBI single. It was an infield single that just narrowly beat out the throw from Carlos Arteaga, and Josh Williams couldn't come up with it cleanly, but I think it would have been safe either way. As he's going to drive one into left field, make that 2 hits for Liam Wilson. He rounds first, and he's going to hold up as a strong throw from Pena will keep it at a single. Leadoff runner on in this 4th inning of play for the Panthers.
And we would like to mention to everyone that the troubles we were having on Sunday night, actually Rogers' internet towers were down. So it wasn't that we were having issues here. It was all of Rogers. So it's definitely something that we weren't able to control, but we're definitely working to make sure that the stream is better every night for you.
Everyone's favorite thing in troubleshooting, a scapegoat, and we finally have it. Hopefully today's broadcast is coming in a little bit clearer for you, and even though it may not be quite the result so far through 3 innings as it was on Sunday evening, but still lots of baseball to be played, and the Panthers looking to extend their lead right now. Riley Davenport at the plate. He had himself a single in his first trip. Higuera has fallen behind 2-0 to Davenport, the catcher for the Panthers, as he checks in on the base runner Liam Wilson. Driven to the Asada at second, throw over to first, in time, double play. And that's a good way to get the base runners taken care of. The second double play of the game for the Majors.
And as Roop Chinnerdad's probably thinking, you know what? Higuera's doing his job now. He's gotten out of that 1 inning. Yes, it was 3 runs, but we know what this Majors offense can do, and now Higuera's out here just throwing gems. So it's definitely what we like to see.
Mike Andrulis stepping up now. He grounded out to the pitcher his first time up. He comes up to the plate with 2 outs. Higuera missing outside, 1-1 count. Mike Andrulis batting .303. 20 hits this season, but finds himself at the bottom of the order in the 8 hole. One, 2 count. Higuera's delivery fought off by Andrulis to keep it at 1-2. Panthers have made Higuera work so far in this game. Well, you got to credit the Majors ace in his ability to recover after that 8-batter first inning. Higuera misses outside, 2-2 now. Payoff pitch for Higuera. Slapped back up the middle for a base hit as Mike Andrulis with a 2-out single. That's the Panthers' 6th hit of the game so far against Higuera, although 5 of those were in the first inning. But now we're at the bottom of the order, and Andy Leader, the right fielder, he struck out his first time at the plate back in the second inning. And that'll do it for the top of the 4th inning with that pop fly, and the Panthers still lead 3-0. Majors still looking for their first hit. Will they get it in the bottom of the 4th? We'll see in just a couple of moments. Top of the order up to bat here in the bottom of the 4th inning for the London Majors, Yuki Yasada. He flew out to the second baseman in his first time up to lead off the game for the Majors. Takes the first pitch, strike. This one slapped into the outfield. Getting there in time, though, for the Panthers is Tanner Niven, so first batter is retired for London.
Center fielder, number 13, Miles Miller.
Miles Miller up to the plate now. He grounded out to first his first time up. Miller swinging a pretty hot bat, looking for the Majors' first hit. Lays off the first pitch for a ball. Swinging it after that one for a 1-1 count now. Miller is certainly someone you want to have on the base paths if you're the London Majors. Provides a whole lot of speed. Hence why he is in the second spot in the order. Takes a big healthy swing at that to fall behind 1-2. Stephen Gade's payoff pitch. That's driven to right field. It'll stay in bounds, though, and making the catch will be Andy Leader. 2 are gone. A healthy hit ball from Miles Miller, but didn't quite have enough mustard to get out of the Labatt Field confines.
Left fielder, number 29, BC Pena.
You got to wonder, too, we've been commenting about Stephen Gade's off-speed approach, if you will. His slow approach, that not a whole lot of velocity to his pitches, if that's playing a factor on some of these harder hit balls, that they had a little more momentum and speed coming in, then maybe they would have a little bit more of an exit velocity off of the bat. These last 2 outs have both been pretty hard hit balls into that right field alley, and neither of them were able to have enough to even get to the wall.
Well, I think that is something that the majors aren't used to. They're used to facing guys that throw the ball, not deliver the ball. That's what Stephen Gade's doing here, is he's delivering the ball at home plate. We've seen, such as the starter there for Hamilton, he threw the ball. He was throwing hard balls. So it's definitely different when you're coming off a guy like that to someone who throws it a little differently, who is not a... And when I say not a sound pitcher, he's not a typical...
He's unpredictable.
Unpredictable. That's a good word to say. Unpredictable with his delivery.
And he'll issue Ismael Pena a 4-pitch walk for the London Majors' second base runner, and that'll bring up Cleveland Brownlee with a man aboard and 2 out.
Now, I'm sure Root Chandernat told him this 1,000 times, do not swing at the off speed. And that's all he's thrown today. I think I could probably count the amount of fastballs he's thrown on one hand. Maybe 2 pushing it. So he's got to stay off the off speed on this.
And if you're Brownlee, you're not expecting a fastball too. You know your own reputation, and I'm sure Gade has done his homework on the slugger for the majors. So nothing easy will come to him as he takes a healthy hack at the first pitch, and he immediately waves over back to the bench to Chandernat saying, "My bad."
And I think it's not only just Gade here that's done his research, but manager Luke Nevels knows Cleveland Brownlee. You know the catcher. You know Tanner Nivens knows it. So you know the guys that have been around the league for some time know Cleveland Brownlee. So if he gets a fastball, I will be thoroughly shocked if it's not a waste of a fastball, if it's not way out of the zone, very high, or in the dirt.
0-1 delivery to Brownlee. He puts that to short, and they'll get the put out at second to end the 4th inning of play. Majors get 1 base runner, but still no hits through 4 innings. Panthers up to bat in the top of the 5th when we come back on Majors TV.
Chances are, if you've been out to a London Majors game this season, then you've noticed all the advertisements around the field. If you're wondering how you can get your business involved, then reach out to us and we can put you in touch with Angela at angela@londonmajors.com. We can help you find innovative ways to help your business grow with the London Majors.
Fifth inning action from Labatt Park. Panthers lead 3-0 after the 3-run first inning. Leading things off for them will be Urbis Baruto, who's batting out of the number 1 spot.
It's interesting. The first pitch he faced, he tried to lay it down for a bunt. You don't see that really after how Higuera's been so far.
At some point, you're going to try anything just to get on base, catch the defense off guard, and the leadoff man in Baruto got a little bit of speed on the base paths. Two on one count to Baruto. As Higuera misses outside, 3-1 now. Baruto, 2 walks so far in the game. And how about a third? Something about Urbis Baruto that Juliani Higuera can't seem to get him out.
Fighting the third baseman, number 29, 21, correction, Colin Porter.
All 3 of the walks that Juliani Higuera has given up have all been to Urbis Baruto.
Has he actually doubled or played into a double play here though? Because if he's walked every time and gotten into double plays, I'm okay with that.
One of them was double play. He was the second out of a double play in the second inning. So not all bad for Juliani Higuera, but on the other walk he did come across the plate and score. So it balances out. Colin Gordner though at the plate, and he'll drill one to Josh Williams, and just as he did the first time around, but this time Baruto will reach second safely. So the G3 results in the first out of the 5th inning.
I think that was a little too hard to turn on that one, just because it was hit to his backhand. It's not the easiest play to make as a first baseman, especially a first baseman that size, and with the speed on the base path. It's not the easiest thing to do.
Yeah, it was impressive that Josh Williams even was able to get a stab at that, let alone try and force a double play. An out's an out, though, and the Majors have recorded 1 so far. Zarly Cena at the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a double and a strikeout. Bockwell tempted to throw there and check in at Baruto at second base. Higuera finds the zone for the first strike of the count. One's across the board for Zarly Cena. Chopped back up to Yasuda at second. He bobbles it though. Quick throw over to first, not in time. So an error will be charged to Yuki Yasuda. And that'll put runners on the corners. Yes. So that's an error to Yuki Yasuda. And Zarly Cena gets on base. Urbis Baruto on third, 90 feet away from the plate. And Tanner Nivens, who's already cashed home 2 runs with a 2 RBI single back in the first inning. This one's drilled to Artiega at short. He bobbles it again. Quick throw to Williams, and he can't corral it. So the run will come across the plate to score, making it 4-0. Nivens will reach safely. And Cena reaches second. So 2 plays, 2 errors, and that results in 1 run against the London Majors, and the Panthers with 4 runs on 7 hits now, and 2 errors against the Majors. It is being scored as a hit, though, on the part of Tanner Nivens. So he'll get the RBI single. Nivens will. And he's got 3 RBI on the evening then. Mike Gordner at the plate, the designated hitter. 0 for 2 with a fly out to center and a strikeout. He's got 2 runners aboard this time around, though. Majors have turned 2 double plays, though. One in one count to Mike Gordner. Low delivery misses. Higuera checking in. Finds the zone, 2-2 count now. Zarly Cena at second base. Tanner Nivens at first. Payoff pitcher for Higuera. Missing inside, and Bockwell thought about throwing back to second. Held on to it though, 3-2 count. Full count delivery for Mike Gordner. Hits it to second. Arteaga can't handle it. Nobody can come up with it. Everyone reaches safely. Bases now loaded. And looks like as if this time Carlos Arteaga will be charged with the error. The second Majors error of the inning.
First baseman number 37, Liam Wilson.
Liam Wilson at the plate now. He's 2 for 2 with an RBI already in this game. And this is just his second game suiting up for the Panthers this season. And a golden opportunity to blow this game wide open for the Kitchener Panthers. Bases loaded. They already have 4 runs on the board and just 1 out. Hit to Ambrose at third. Force at home. Over to first in time for the double play. And that's exactly what Juliandre Higuera and the Majors needed to get out of that inning without any further damage.
It wasn't your typical double play. It was a home, then one. But you know what? No runs came across. There was only 1 run on the board. So I think if I'm Rupert Chanderdad, I'm counting my blessings on that one almost.
The rare 5-1-3 double play ends the top of the 5th inning. The Majors still in search for their first hit of the game. We'll see if they're able to get it in just a couple of moments.
This is the silent version.
Are you looking for that perfect birthday gift this summer? Then make sure you visit the London Majors team store located under the grandstand at home games or online at londonmajors.com. The Major store has lots of different items including t-shirts, game-used jerseys, hoodies, and Collins Major socks, compliments of Collins clothiers. The Major store also has multiple different styles of London Majors official New Era caps. So make sure you visit us under the grandstand at home games or online at londonmajors.com.
Welcome back to this Tuesday evening IBL affair between the Majors and the Panthers. This isn't the only game, though, going on this Tuesday evening. The Barrie Baycats are in Guelph, taking it to the Royals 6-1 through 4 innings of play already. As Barrie is tied with Kitchener for the top spot in the IBL as it stands right now. The Majors in 5th, but with a win could get up to 3rd place as they trail the Welland Jackfish by just a half game. Byron Reichstein, though, up to start off this 5th inning for the Majors. Reichstein ahead 2-1 on the pitcher Stefan Gade, who he's thrown a no-hitter so far. Reichstein fouls it back, 2-2.
I know as a goalie that if you keep saying shutout, 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 it breaks it. So if we keep saying no hitter, no hitter, no hitter, no hitter, do you think it'll break it?
That's exactly my logic. I've been pretty generous with mentioning the perfect game and the no-hitter so far, so maybe that'll bode well for Stefan Gade, who's making his first start of the season.
So if as a Majors fan, as Majors play-by-play, I guess we could call it, we want to keep saying no-hitter to hopefully break this no-hitter.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Stefan Gade, but there's a certain logo on this broadcast, and it's not a Panther. Full count delivery, though, and he'll walk Byron Reichstein to lead off this 5th inning of play.
And that's a good start for the Majors. You want to know? Get the leadoff man. There's none out, so that's what we'd like to see. Now, we hope Larry Bockwell can do exactly what he did on Sunday and put it out of here and make this game a 4-2 game.
Bockwell did get a hold of one in his last at-bat, too. It did go foul, though, but he shows he can have some power behind him with that long ball on Sunday evening. Late time called. Now Stefan Gade was taking his time delivering that pitch, trying to throw off the timing of the hitters as he's done all game long. Bockwell goes after that delivery that's fouled. And it will leave the field of play right into the Kitchener Panthers dugout. Veering over to try to make a play was Liam Wilson, and had he gotten there a little quicker and maybe with a couple extra inches of wingspan, he could have gotten the foul out there, but either way, it's a 1-1 count to Larry Bockwell.
I think the Panthers dugout was saying, don't. Like we hear from Homer on that one, because I think that one hit the top stair and bounced back in there. So I don't know how many players are in there, but I think they all scrambled for their life on that one.
I'm pretty sure they're all well awake right now as well. 1-1 to Bockwell. Gade misses low, 2-1. London Majors searching for their 3rd win in a row. They're 7-3 over the last 10 games, with 2 of those losses coming last weekend against Welland and Guelph. Welland was an ugly one, but Guelph a narrow defeat, a walk-off loss as they were visiting the Royals, but then rebounded quite nicely with that 15-3 drubbing over the Barrie Baycats on Canada Day. Probably most memorable for Cleveland Brownlee's 100th career IBL home run that, by all accounts, landed in the Thames River.
And we can't just forget, not just Cleveland Brownlee. Mike Ambrose had his 200th career IBL hit as well. So it's definitely a milestone week for the London Majors.
And not to mention Sunday's win over the Cardinals was Rup Chanderdat's 300th career managing victory of the Majors, as Bockwell gets the free pass. Stefan Gade's 2nd walk of the inning.
And I think this is what the Majors need to do. Make them work. You see they've been almost not chasing, but going after pitches that aren't in the zone. and now they're making him work. And if I want anybody at the plate right now, is Mike Ambrose. He's a catcher, so obviously he's going to know where the ball is in the zone compared to a first baseman, a third baseman. Typical. I should make sure I say typical third baseman, as Mike is playing third base tonight. But I want you want to have guys make them work, and you have 3 veteran London Majors on base or in play here doing that.
And for Ambrose, too, one of the better Majors hitters as well. Not only has an eye for the plate, but he's batting .244, but has 19 hits, accounting for 15 RBI. He's got a man in scoring position, the first the Majors have been able to manufacture. And they've got no outs, so they could play a little bit of small ball here should they so choose, but Ambrose takes the first pitch strike as Stephen Gade tries to get his control back. Slow delivery, missing up high, 1-1. Larry Bockwell on first base. Byron Reichstein on second. Both reached on base on balls. Back up the middle. Play at 2, over to 1, double play. But Reichstein does advance to third base, but 2 outs for the Panthers as the Majors can't seem to catch a break at the plate.
And this is where you hope Josh Williams can poke another one back out there, get a runner on base and bring home Byron Reichstein as well, and at least get the team back into this one. As it seems, I don't want to say momentum's kind of gone Kitchener's way, but almost energy is also kind of drained out of them here too.
Those 2 errors in the top of the inning really seem to take a little bit of life, not only out of the Majors, but also the ballpark here too, as there's a frustrating couple of them. Only 2 errors were charged to them in that inning, but it arguably could have been a third as Arteaga was struggling at the shortstop position. And that's after a game against the Cardinals on Sunday where the Majors did not have an error the entire 9 innings. Williams, though, 4 hits in his 7 games as a London Major so far. Batting .200 even. 0 for 1 with a fly out to left. Goes after this delivery, slicing it foul. Making the pitchers scatter for the Majors over in their bullpen. It's a 1-2 count now to the first baseman in Williams. Byron Reichstein standing 90 feet away at third base. Advancing on the double play. Williams just wants to put a ball in play at this point. Stephen Gade's payoff pitch. And he punches him out. Catches the outside corner to end the inning, striking Josh Williams out looking as the Majors come 90 feet away from their first run, but still no hits recorded. They trail 4-0 against the Panthers on Majors TV. Sixth inning of play now between the Majors and the Panthers. And after that bat-around first inning for the Kitchener Panthers, not a whole lot to really speak of in the innings that have followed. The Panthers did capitalize on a couple of London Majors errors in the last time at the plate, but other than that, Juliandre Higuera has been pretty solid. Goes after the first pitch. This will not be a hit. That'll be brought down by Miles Miller in center field. First batter retired, Riley Davenport.
Second baseman, number 8, Mike Andrulis.
Mike Andrulis now stepping up. He's got a single as well as a ground out so far. Batting 8th in the order for Kitchener. Higuera's high delivery misses for a ball. Andrulis chases that one for the first strike. Juliandre Higuera, the IBL leader in strikeouts, as he's added 4 to his total in this game. 2 of them backwards Ks as well, which is arguably more impressive. He jumps ahead of Andrulis. The 1-2 count. Bounces one in for the second ball.
I'm wondering if he was trying to get him to swing there and, keep the strikeouts going.
No, he likes the punch-out pitch as the low in the zone fastball. Sometimes we'll throw a little change-up in there as well, but he likes going low for his payoffs, and he does it right there with his third called strike 3. So make that 5 strikeouts for Juliandre Higuera.
Second one goes home with 5-3 wins from Buffalo Wild Wings, London.
So that will continue his streak of every start at least having 5 strikeouts this season.
And not to mention as well, he's already in his 6th inning of work and 2/3 through it. So barring that first inning, another quality start for Juliandre Higuera. Comes in to this game 4-2. Missing high outside for a ball. 1-1 count now to Andy Leader, the bottom of the order for the Panthers. Another outside pitch misses, second ball. Hit to Usada at second. Nice sliding stab. Gets it over to Williams at first, and that'll end the top of the 6th inning. A nice defensive finish for Yuki Usada as the Panthers go down in order, letting wait for the Majors for the bottom of the 6th inning in just a couple of moments.
Number 97, Carlos Artiaga.
Welcome back to Labatt Memorial Park for the bottom of the sixth inning in this IBL tilt between the Panthers and the Majors. Carlos Artiaga leading things off in this inning. He's batting ninth in the order as he was swapped for Miles Miller from Sunday night. The two speedsters pretty much interchangeable as you get to that bottom of the order into the top order. A lot of speed with Artiaga batting ninth, then Yasada leadoff, and Miles Miller batting second. And then that makes way for Pena, Brownlee, and Reichstein, all of whom provide a lot of power. Gade catches the outside corner for a strike. 1-2 count now to the shortstop in Artiaga. One and 2 count. Missing low, bounces it off the plate. 2-2. Artiaga grounded into a double play in his only other at-bat of this game, as the Majors have only managed 3 base runners, 2 walks, and a hit by pitch. Artiaga goes back up the middle. This will be a tough play, and that'll get through the infield. Hit number 1 on the evening for the Majors. Took them 6 innings to do it, but Carlos Artiaga with a leadoff single in this bottom of the 6th inning.
And just go back on the speed that they have between Miller, Artiaga, and USADA. They have 7 for USADA, 2 for Artiaga, and 1 for Miller. So they are contributing on stolen bases with just those 3 of them.
And I'm sure Artiaga would be given the green light here with none out. And Yuki Yasuda at the plate as the Majors turn over their order. That single also gave the Labatt Park faithful a little bit more energy, as Stephen Gade was seemingly unhittable for the first 5 innings of this game. And even on the first hit, it looked like it could have been a close play, but unable to get there in time was Mike Andrulis at second base. Showing bunt was Yasuda, and now being caught in a rundown. Thrown over at first. Artiaga will round second. He'll make his way into third, standing up. So an attempted pickoff attempt goes awry for the Panthers. Artiaga advances 2 bases. And all of a sudden, the Majors' first run is 90 feet away with none out.
All we need there is that to go a little farther, maybe another 10 feet, and I think Artiaga with his speed is in on that one.
Well, here's the thing, too. Should the first baseman for the Panthers in Liam Wilson come down with that, Artiaga's caught in a rundown, no problem. He was actually caught stealing quite effectively by the back catcher in Riley Davenport, but airmailed it into right field, and Artiaga's now on third. Yasuda with an 0-2 count, fighting it off for a foul to stay alive. It was an inside pitch that was near his hands, kind of jammed him a little bit.
I think he pulled that one out of the catcher's glove.
It was a late swing. Either way, it's still an 0-2 count. Stephen Gade with the first real pressure of the game on him. And we'll see how he handles it in his first start of the season. He's ahead 0-2 though on Yasuda. And Yasuda fights it off again for a foul.
And if I'm not mistaken, he was my player of the game on Sunday. He was one of our players of the game on Sunday. So it definitely shows that he's continuing to work and battle as a veteran here.
Been a phenomenal addition for this London Majors squad since coming in a couple of weeks ago. And Yasuda pokes it, and that'll drop for a base hit. Artiaga will come home, and Yuki Yasuda keep adding to his total. That's another RBI with a single. And the Majors are on the board 4-1 now. They trail the Panthers.
And it only takes 1 here. We've seen what happens when we get 1. We get 1, we get 3. So if we continue this, there's still none out with speed on the base and speed coming up. So it's definitely something to look at here and see what plays manager Roop Chinnerdat puts out there, if he calls a hit and run, a bunt, anything he can do here, both players can get on base, as we see a mound visit from manager Luke Nevels.
Yeah, and this will be interesting to see how they approach that. There is a Panthers pitcher warming up in the bullpen, but this meeting could be more just to slow things down as you feel the tide kind of shifting a little bit with the majors. Like you mentioned, Matt, it only takes one.
For Yasada, this is his 8th game that he's played in the London Majors uniform.
That's his 9th RBI.
Outstanding numbers for the veteran in Yasuda, who's also played some pretty solid defense as well.
And when I say veteran, he's not a veteran here at London for London Majors, but he is a very good player when it comes to veteran playing in the California Winter League, playing in Japan, playing in the States, and then coaching in the States as well.
Yasuda's been around the block a couple of times, and he's finally made his way to the London Majors, where through those opening 7 games, he was batting .429. It looks as if it will be a pitching change, though, for the Panthers, as Stephen Gade, who's normally a relief pitcher, has done phenomenal. He's just given up 2 hits and a run through 5 innings of work. He'll be responsible, though, for Yasuda at first base.
But coming in now for the Panthers, it'll be Austin Hassani.
And actually, to go back on Yasada there, he's actually played in the California Winter League with catcher Larry Bockwell. He actually posted a photo of them winning a championship together in 2015 in the California Winter League.
And you got to wonder if that maybe influenced Yasuda's decision to come north of the border and join Bockwell here in London as well. You know, teammates will often travel like that, and I would be willing to bet something that Bockwell was maybe a little bit of recruiting there. Either way, a welcome addition to the majors. He's cashed home the first run, and he's chased starting pitcher Stephen Gade, who, by the looks of things, had a pretty short leash there and was pretty much let free to go. I think maybe the plan was to give him 2 or 3 innings at the very most, depending on how things went. And you got to think it's a pleasant surprise for the manager and of the Panthers to have a relief pitcher in a starting role go 5 strong innings, throw a no-hitter up until this inning here as well.
Well, and that's the thing. He had a no-hitter going into this inning, and I don't think this pitcher was warming very long. I know I haven't seen him in the pen for very long. And the one thing that we do have to mention is actually, I think it was the opposite way. Yasada actually helped bring Larry Bockwell back. Now, remember, Larry was a former major, so it's not like he was brand new. But Yasada was here, and then about a week later, Bockwell showed up after being released from the Chicago Wolves. So it's definitely maybe a recruitment for both of them. Maybe Larry said, hey, go play for Roop. He's a great guy. And then when Larry was released, Yasada said, hey, you brought me here. Why don't you come back?
Yeah, we've already won championship together. Why not try for another one here in the Great White North, as Austin Hassani now takes the mound for the Kitchener Panthers. This is his 7th appearance of the year. He's pitched 9 2/3 innings, given up 10 hits, struck out 6, and he's got an ERA of 186. The Panthers do have another pitcher warming up, though, in the bullpen, and it's Brady Schnarr. Brady Schnarr. But either way, it's
Hassani on the plate now, showing bunt, and right off the bat is Miles Miller.
It goes for a strike, though.
And it'll be interesting to see what the manager's thoughts here. Why have a pitcher on the mound and have one still warming? Is it maybe a matchup here? Does he have enough pitchers for tonight? Or what's his thoughts here?
They check in on Yasuda over at first base.
Definite base stealing threat. Yasuda with 7 stolen bases in his
8th game so far. Big hack from Miller there for the second strike.
And we will say that if you can't make it to Rock the Park on Friday for, I believe it's Snoop Dogg is performing, you come down to Labatt Park. It's right across the river. We're actually listening to what's happening right now. So you can definitely come down on Friday, catch a great ball game, and still listen to the performances going on.
Sounds like a phenomenal night in the Forest City, if I do say so myself. 0-2 count though for Miles Miller, and he'll go and get a piece of that high delivery to stay alive at 0-2. Yasuda ready to run on contact. Let's do this over again. 0-2 count to Miles Miller. Austin Hassani, the pitcher. Miller chops this one short. Yasuda will reach safely at second. Force to first is in time, but it's essentially a bunt for Miles Miller as he advances Yuki Yasuda, and we've one out here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Small ball is the way to go sometimes. You don't always have to hit doubles, triples for the team. If you can lay a bunt down, or in that case a sack bunt, I guess we could call it, and we saw that actually was one of the best at-bats on Sunday with Mike Ambrose. He did the same thing.
Yeah, that was what led to a bat-around inning that resulted in 3 runs for the London Majors. All he did was, it was a long at-bat, about 10 pitches long, that resulted in just a short little dribbler like that when they had runners on first and second. They advanced to second and third, and then Steve Froese came in the next batter up and cashed in both runs with a single. So it's those little things that count, and I'm sure Miles Miller will tell you that that was completely intentional. As Ismael Pena up to the plate now. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Pena in a bit of a slump by his standards when hitless on Sunday. He'll hold off to jump ahead 2-0. Austin Hassani's only given up 2 earned runs this entire season. Pena ahead at 3-0 now.
If I'm manager Roop, do I give the green light here with a power hitter at the plate, or do I just let him take the walk and bring up Cleveland Brownlee to face the new pitcher?
Hassani's only issued 2 walks so far this season. You got to expect a loose bat though from Pena. He'll let the first strike go by him, so 3-1 count now. Yasuda still on second base with just 1 out. Pena with a healthy hack there. Fills up the count, 3-2 now.
And we've seen him even dating back to the Welling game. He does have a good eye. So maybe I think he was caught off guard on that one a little bit, and we'll see what he can do here now with a full count here.
When he jumps ahead with a 3-0 count, he basically has green light for 2 straight swings. Full count delivery. Pena calls time. As this is a critical juncture in this game, the Majors bats were silent up until this point. Carlos Arteaga led things off with a single for the first Majors hit. Yuki Yasuda followed that up with a single after Arteaga made his way to third, and that'll be a free pass to Pena, and a passed ball as well will bring Yasuda to third base. So now runners on the corners for the big bat of Cleveland Brownlee now. And he's only got 1 out with 2 base runners. Exactly where the Majors want to be.
And all Cleveland has to do is not hit into a double play. That's all he's got to do here. Doesn't matter if you hit a liner into center that's caught. You know, it could be a single, double, a liner. As long as it's not on the infield, it looks like we're going to probably see another pitching change in the inning, the second one of the inning.
It appears as such, as warming up in the bullpen for the Panthers has been Brady Schnarr, and it'll appear that he'll come into the game as Austin Hassani only faces 2 batters and gets one of them out, but walks another, and it looks as if the Panthers manager wants a fresh pitcher for the Major slugger in Cleveland Brownlee, who's stepping up to the plate. We'll take a quick break here while the Panthers pitcher warms up. We'll be back in just a couple of seconds.
Are you looking for that perfect birthday gift this summer? Then make sure you visit the London Majors team store located under the grandstand at home games or online at londonmajors.com. The Major store has lots of different items including t-shirts, game-used jerseys, hoodies, and Collins Majors socks, compliments of Collins clothiers. The Major store also has multiple different styles of London Majors official New Era caps. So make sure you visit us under the grandstand at home games or online at londonmajors.com.
So, we got a new pitcher on the mound. You're Rube Chanderdat. What are you thinking here? Or what are you begging Cleveland Brownlee here to do?
Well, for sure, without a question, lay off anything low. You don't want to be beat by one of those ground ball traps because it's almost inevitable that that will end up in a double play. Cleveland Brownlee, not known for his speed, that's for sure. Just take the pitch that you're given and just try to get it in play. Try and get a nice, maybe poke it the other way on a slice. Just bring one run home, advance a base runner if you can, and just put it in play to bring that run home. And Brownlee will go up against Brady Schnarr. And Schnarr, this is his 15th appearance of the year. Pitched 16 in the third inning as Cleveland just got a piece of that to even up the count at 1-1. Schnarr with a 1.65 ERA, only 3 earned runs given up so far this season and 16 strikeouts. And that's as well as a 2-1 win-loss record with 2 saves to his credit as well. So certainly the ace of the bullpen, if you will, for the Kitchener Panthers, and well utilized for one of the Majors' top hitters in Cleveland Brownlee with runners on the corners and only 1 out. As this has been a marathon bottom of the 6th inning, where the Majors have finally woken up on the offensive side of things. Brownlee is ahead 2-1 on Schnarr. That one's driven to right field. Pena tagging at third. That'll bring one more run home. So Yasuda comes across the plate, and that cuts the Panthers lead in half, 4-2. Brownlee with a sacrifice fly. And for Cleveland, that's his 24th RBI of the year, and that puts him in the team lead in runs batted in. Ismael Pena also has 23 on the year.
For a guy who started the year very slow, very quiet, he's ramped up out of nowhere here. Like I said there on Sunday, he said in Guelph he's seen the ball better. I don't know where all 24 RBIs have come from, but he's definitely seeing it better now.
Byron Reichstein at the plate. He'll lay off the first pitch for a ball. Izzy Pena still at first base as he reached on a walk. Reichstein 0 for 1 with a walk himself. He'll watch that go by him for a strike. Byron lays off that, 2-1 now.
And this is what you want to see. You want to see a pitcher out of the pen come in and have the batters make him work. You know he's on a leash here. He's probably on a 30-40 pitch limit, and now he's getting worked.
Byron chops it to short. That'll be a quick play over to second to end the inning. But the Majors making things interesting in this bottom half of the 6th inning, putting up 2 runs on their first 2 hits of the game. What's in store for the remainder? Well, we'll have it for you on Majors TV. Welcome back. In the bottom of the 6th. Leandri Higuera still on the mound rather for the Majors after a tough first inning. He settled in nicely, only giving up 1 more run since then and barely any hits. He's going up against Andy Leader. Check that, that's Yorbis Baruto, the leadoff man. Baruto chops this to first. Higuera struggling to pick it up, and Baruto will reach for the 4th time in this game. He had 3 walks prior to that. And the leadoff man is on. So that'll make way for Colin Gordner, who's 0 for 3 in this game, including a ground into a double play. The Majors' 4th error of the game, and it's charged to the pitcher and Leandri Higuera. Does set up a double play opportunity, of which the Majors have had 2 of so far this game. Gordner showing bunt on it, and he's crossed the plate, so the first strike, 1-1. Yorbis Baruto on first, Colin Gordner at the plate. Gordner showing bunt again, and he'll be caught for a strike, so 1-2 count. What was a beautiful day in London, Ontario has turned into an even more beautiful night as things have cooled off a little, and it's a nice night for baseball on your Tuesday. A rare Tuesday night affair at Labatt Park as Gormandy leaning back to avoid that, 2-2. Majors play again tomorrow as they take a trip down the 403 to Brantford to take on the Red Sox. The 2-20 Brantford Red Sox. That one slapped. Yasuda can't corral it. That'll make its way into the outfield. Baruto rounding second. He'll make his way to third. And that'll be a single for Colin Gordner, his first hit of the evening. So runners on the corners with none out so far. As finally we have some action in the Majors bullpen. Looks as if that'll be Braden Farrington warming up for the Majors. Check that, it's John Fitzsimmons. Rup Chandradat wants to see if Higuera can get himself out of this jam, though. He's been doing an alright job of it so far, barring that first inning of play. And did a nice job of settling this game down as well. 5 strikeouts for Higuera. Finds the zone for the first strike of this count. Colin Gordner on first, Yorbis Baruto on third. Baruto reached on an error by Higuera, and Gordner sent him around with a single. High delivery. Checked in at first to see if he went around. Did not, so a 1-1 count. Garrett checks in at Gordner at first. Zarly Cena at the plate for the Panthers. Cena is 1 for 3 with a double and strikeout and reached on an error. Got a prime opportunity to cash in a little insurance for the Panthers. It's behind 1-2 though. Slices it into right field. That'll drop for a fair ball. 1 run comes around to score. Gordner rounds second, ends up at third. Zarly Cena with an RBI single to restore a 3-run lead for the Kitchener Panthers. They now lead 5-2 on their 9th hit of the game.
Now batting center fielder, number 24, Tanner Nivens.
Rup Chandradat not coming out to the mound quite yet, as Tanner Nivens. And now Rup will take his slow stroll out onto the mound as Juliandre Higuera. Final line, 6 innings pitched, 9 hits given up, 5 runs, and 5 strikeouts.
And while we have this break here in the action, we would like to congratulate Jonathan Duforest, who was actually named to Team France of the under-23 team that will be playing in Prague, Czech Republic this August.
The under-23 baseball championship, of course, going on in the Czech Republic, and congratulations to Jonathan Duforest. He's represented France on a couple of occasions before, most recently in the most recent World Baseball Classic, where he didn't actually make an appearance in any games, but he was on that roster, so best of luck to him in the tournament in August. As coming into pitch now for the majors is John Fitzsimmons.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for your majors, number 38, John Fitzsimmons.
John Fitzsimmons into pitch right now for the London Majors. He just replaced Juliandre Guerra, and Fitzsimmons, the best reliever, not only on the Majors, but in the IBL. He's pitched in 8 games so far, thrown 14 and 2/3 innings, no runs given up. 4 walks and 20 strikeouts, but no earned runs charged to John Fitzsimmons. But he's got to bail his team out of a jam in this one, as first pitch to Tanner Nivens is fouled back. Both base runners would be the responsibility of Juliandre Higuera, so should Fitzsimmons give something up, it would not be charged to his ERA. Either way, though, he wants to work efficiently, as he's got runners on the corners with none out in the top of the 7th inning. Panthers have already scored 1 run. Back-to-back singles from Colin Gordner and Zarly Cena cashed home Yorbis Baruto, who reached on an error. Big swing there from Nivens to make it an 0-2 count. Fitzsimmons, a very aggressive pitcher, attacks the strike zone, tries to get his pitches working for him early. He's up 0-2 here, can't get a chase. That one gets behind Bockwell, though. That'll bring home 1 more run. So a wild pitch for John Fitzsimmons makes it a 6-2 game, as crossing the plate is Colin Gordner. So that's another earned run charged to Juliandre Higuera. And the Majors are right back where they started, down 4 runs. One and 2 count, though, to Tanner Nivens, who's 2 for 3 in this game with a couple of singles. He takes that pitch up high to even the count, 2-2. Still none out here in the top of the 7th inning. High pitch fills up the count, 3-2. Zarly Cena on second base. Full count delivery. Swing and a miss, struck him out. John Fitzsimmons gets Tanner Nivens chasing for the first out of the 7th inning. Now stepping up will be Mike Gordner.
Labatt designated hitter, number 19, Mike Gordner.
Gordner 0 for 3 so far in this game with a strikeout. He did reach on an error in the 5th inning. It's part of a Fifth inning that saw 2 errors from the London Majors. We've recorded 4 in total in this game. First pitch to Gordner. It's high and outside for a ball. Fitzsimmons misses down low, 2-0 now. Roop Chanderdat is enamored with John Fitzsimmons this season and just his complete efficiency when he comes in to relief in a ball game. All he asks of his starting pitcher is to get to about the 7th inning mark, and you can put Fitz in for the rest, where he is next to perfect. But he falls behind 2-1 here to Mike Gordner. Big hack from Gordner makes it 2-2. Fitzsimmons takes his sign. It's payoff pitch. Big swing from Gordner for a second strikeout.
And if I'm Roop Chanderdat, I'm so impressed with how Fitzsimmons has pitched this year. He's pitched strike for strike for strike, and you don't have to worry about him coming out of the pen. He can give you 3 innings. He can give you 2 innings. He can give you what you need coming out of the pen.
You very rarely see John Fitzsimmons fall behind in counts. And when you do, it's never for very long. Liam Wilson up at the plate now, and he takes a big swing at the first pitch he sees from Fitzsimmons. Wilson is 2 for 3 in this game with an RBI single. He goes after that delivery. That'll be popped up into right field. Byron gets underneath it, and that'll do it for the top of the 7th inning. Despite the wild pitch, which cashed in 1 more run, John Fitzsimmons does his job and retires the side. The Majors, though, trail by 4 runs, 6-2. They're up to bat in just a couple of moments here on Majors TV. Welcome back to Labatt Park, bottom of the 7th inning between the Majors and the Panthers. Kitchener tacked on 2 more runs in the top half of the inning, but last time the Majors were at the plate, they scored 2 runs of their own. They finally got their bats going and chase starting pitcher Stephen Gade, but they do have to face one of the best relievers for the Kitchener Panthers in Brady Schnurr. Larry Bockwell goes after that delivery into foul territory. That'll be brought down for the first out of the game. Making the catch is Liam Wilson over from first. So one retired here early in this bottom half of the 7th inning, and it'll be Mike Ambrose stepping up to the plate.
Third baseman number 32, Mike Ambrose.
Mike Ambrose was hit by a pitch in his first trip to the plate and also grounded into a double play. Goes after the first offering, fouls it off, though down the third base line. Oh, 0-1 count to Ambrose. Goes after that offering. 0-2 now. Majors were finally able to string together a couple hits last inning, and they're hoping that momentum's able to continue as Ambrose hits that into shallow center left field. Catch will be made by the center fielder Tanner Nivens, and 2 up, 2 down so far for the Majors.
First baseman number 37, Josh Williams.
Josh Williams up to bat for his 3rd time this evening. He's struck out and popped out. Williams still trying to find his groove as a London Major. Goes after the first pitch he sees and fouls it off of his own foot despite the ball going into play. That's a quick 0-1 count to Williams.
And that hurts. I think that really hurt.
Never fun to take a baseball anywhere, let alone hit right off of your own foot, just a foot and a half away from where first contact was made. And to give you an idea of how hard that ball was, it ricocheted off his foot and then pretty much to first base. Either way, the first strike goes to Williams. Schnurr's delivery. Low and inside for a ball, 1-1 count. Williams with another big hack, again off of his foot. He cannot catch a break right now as he's trying to walk off those bruises, though I feel like there's bees in his boot right now. He does have a protective shin/foot guard on his right foot, but that only does so much when it's a lot of velocity coming off the bat.
Bees, wasps, an alligator, a bear, maybe even a tiger in there, I think, after that second one.
Bottom line, it hurts. And it's just the unfortunate reality of baseball. But Williams taking his time before stepping back into the box. He's got a 1-2 count against him as Brady Schnurr is looking to go to a 1-2-3 inning. Schnurr's payoff. High for a ball. Evens it up 2-2. Good patience by Williams to hold off that one. That fills up the count. And Williams gets caught going around on that one. That's the 3rd out of the inning. A strikeout for Brady Schnurr to end the 7th inning. Majors still trail by 4 runs. Top of the 8th coming up on Majors TV. Eighth inning action here at Labatt Park as the Majors trail by 4 runs, 6-2. Friday, July 19th, though, there'll be a game against the Brantford Red Sox. And why are we telling you that? Because it's 2 weeks in advance. Well, it's going to be Instagram night, Matt. There'll be a cardboard cutout of an Instagram post. Take your picture with that said cardboard cutout. Post it to Instagram, as you could imagine, and tag the London Majors. That's at London Majors. Shouldn't be too hard to remember. And the picture that gets the most likes with both the caption and the photo will get seasons passes for the year 2020. That's 19 home games for the London Majors, completely free. All you got to do is post a picture to Instagram. There's people who do that every day. Shouldn't be that hard.
There's people that have done that during the game that I'm seeing that are already posting on my phone that I'm getting the notifications here and seeing. So it's not that hard that people don't do.
We're at the top of the 8th inning, though, and the Panthers looking to close this one out. Maybe get a couple more runs of insurance. They put up 2 in the top of the 7th inning. Leading things off for them will be their catcher, Riley Davenport. Davenport is 1 for 3 this game with a single back in the first inning. John Fitzsimmons back out for another inning of work. He came in relief of Juliani Higuera with none out in that back half or top half of the 7th inning.
And watching these batters, it almost looks like it's a very different approach now that they're facing a harder throwing right-handed pitcher in Fitzsimmons.
That's poked into right field, though. That'll drop for a base hit. Throw to second will be cut off, so a single to lead things off in the 8th inning for Riley Davenport, his second hit of the evening.
Second baseman number 8, Mike Andrulis.
Mike Andrulis up to the plate now for the Panthers. He is 1 for 3 as well with a single. Struck out his last time at the plate, though. Takes the first pitch inside for a ball. Panthers have had a leadoff base runner in all but 2 innings this game, as Andrulis will fly out to right field for the first out rather of the 8th inning.
How about a right fielder, number 49, Andy Leader.
Andy Leader coming up to the plate again. He's batting at the number 9 spot. He's 0 for 3 in this game. Riley Davenport on first base after the leadoff single. First hit that John Fitzsimmons has allowed this game. One and 0 count to Leader. Gonna go, throw to second, gonna be safe. As a stolen base now for Riley Davenport. Larry Bockwell's throw just on the wrong side of the bag. Looked to be in pretty good time, but the Panthers negating the double play opportunity now for the Majors. 1-1 count to Andy Leader. Gets him to go after it for a strike. 1-2. Fitzsimmons, like he normally does, aggressive, jumping ahead in those counts. Fouled off, keeping the count at 1-2. Majors again in action tomorrow night in Brantford against the Red Sox. Then we'll return home on Friday for another battle with the Kitchener Panthers. Then we'll finish the weekend in Barrie against the Baycats with a late 7 p.m. game against the defending champions. Tough part of the schedule for the Majors for sure, as they get both the Panthers and the Baycats twice in a 2-week span. To soften the blow, you get the Brantford Red Sox tomorrow, but that's on the back end of a back-to-back. As leader still staying alive here in this count, as it's 1-2. Fitzsimmons looking for his third strikeout. And Fitzsimmons will step off the mound, recollect himself. One and two count to leader. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Two are gone in the top of the 8th inning. John Fitzsimmons' third strikeout. Got Andy Leader to chase on the high heat to retire Leader. They'll turn over the order as Yorbis Baruto will now step up for his 5th at-bat.
And going on Fitzsimmons, that gives him 23 strikeouts in 15 and 2/3, 15 and a third innings.
And this is just his 9th appearance of the season as well. Some gaudy numbers for the London Majors reliever, as Yorbis Baruto has reached all 4 times that he has been to the plate. He's been walked 3 times and then reached on an error his last time up. Yasuda thought about trying to pick off attempt, but him and Fitzsimmons not necessarily on the same page. 0-1 count to Baruto. 2 outs, man on second. Baruto going after that offering. Williams tracking it from first base, and he'll get there to end the top of the 8th inning. As the Majors keep it a 4-run ball game, and they'll come up to bat in just a couple of moments.
Chances are, if you've been out to a London Majors game this season, then you've noticed all the advertisements around the field. If you're wondering how you can get your business involved, then reach out to us and we can put you in touch with Angela at angela@londonmajors.com. We can help you find innovative ways to help your business grow with the London Majors.
Welcome back to Labatt Park. Bottom of the 8th inning now between the Majors and
The Panthers, tied for the top spot in the league are the Kitchener Panthers with the Barrie Baycats. The Baycats also in action tonight, and they're trouncing the Guelph Royals in the Royal City. So, looks as if, as it stands right now, nothing will be changed in the IBL standings, barring an outburst here from the Majors. Maybe Carlos Arteaga will look to rectify that. Actually, we'll do have official score update on that Baycats game. They lead 9-4 in the top of the 9th inning over those Royals. Arteaga goes after that delivery. It's rolled over to second, and the shortstop is retired for the first out of the bottom of the 8th inning.
And going off with us having Instagram in 2 weeks there on the 19th, we've actually had a lot of events this year. We've had Salute to Service, Father's Day, Canada Day. We're having Country Night August 2nd, and now Instagram Night. It's a big events that they're having here at Labatt Park.
Well, Matt, you and the rest of the London Majors staff do a phenomenal job of promoting and making a great game day experience here at Labatt Park, because it's enough of an experience when you come to the world's oldest baseball grounds in a rustic field like Labatt Park is, but to make the experience that much better for the kids, for the fans, for everyone involved, it's truly unforgettable, and it really gives a great community feel to the Forest City.
And I did actually forget, we do have one more night, July 26th, Latino Night.
Interesting. And of course, there's a couple of Latino players on the London Majors, so that should bring some new fans out to Labatt Memorial Park, hopefully, as Yuki Yasuda at the plate now. He's fallen behind 1-2. Yasuda has accounted for one of the only RBI for the Majors. Yasuda with an RBI single his last time at the plate. Schnurr's delivery fouled off by Yasuda to stay alive. 2-2 now.
And rumor has it, also going on the Country Night.
You're a big country guy, aren't you,
I'm
Matt?
a big country guy. But we do have, rumor has it, that we will be giving a giveaway during that game, sponsored by Robertson Mitsubishi. That is rumored, but it sounds like it could be a very good giveaway that night.
Hey, whenever there's rumors coming around Labatt Memorial Park, they often turn out into something. So keep your ears open, folks. There could be some special things happening on Country Night. Yasuda fouled another one off to keep the count at 2-2 as he's making Brady Schnurr work for this out. Yasuda gets a hold of this one. That'll drop for a base hit. Yasuda rounding first, going to second. He'll reach safely. So Yuki Yasuda with his second hit of the evening, a double this time. And the Majors have a runner in scoring position in the bottom of the 8th inning. And there we saw Yuki Yasuda's speed on display. He didn't even hesitate while rounding first base. He knew he wanted to stretch that single into a double, and it was through no fault of the left fielder for the Panthers in Zarly Cena. He did everything right. It's just Yasuda heads up base running, easily in for a double. And now he's on board for Miles Miller, who steps up to the plate. Miller is 0 for 3 in this game.
And it was actually interesting there. We saw Roop Channernet come out to third base coach Brent Wales, say something, and walk back. Now, there was no signals or anything like that. It was just a quick chat there.
Schnurr's high delivery misses way outside, so a 2-0 count to Miles Miller. As the Majors looking to claw back into this one late. They've been able to string some runs together late in ball games throughout this season and make what was originally thought to be lost games fairly interesting at the end, and a couple of occasions some comeback wins too. So the game far from over as the first strike is delivered to Miller. And London tonight just been snake bitten at the plate. They only have 3 hits on the board right now, 2 of which came in 1 inning, and then the third just moments ago from Yasuda. 2-2 count now to Miles Miller as Brady Schnurr battles back. It is. I apologize to the Panthers pitchers. This one's hit back up the middle. That'll bring Yasuda home. And Miles Miller cashes in with an RBI single to make it a 3-run ball game. 6-3, the Majors now trail.
And as you said, the Majors are never out of a game. I think that was one of our keys to the game. No lead is safe, no matter who you are. So with this game, the Majors still have a chance to come back. You've got power coming to the plate. Pena hits a double here. Miles is in. We've seen him hit a triple on a double. So it's no feat that Miles couldn't score on a double here and make this a 2-run game again, and then bring Cleveland and Byron up, and it becomes a 1-run, maybe even a tie game, depending on who hits what.
And you've already torched Mike Schnurr for 2 hits in this inning. And you know how easy it is to string hits together as a team as Pena goes after the first offering, fouls it back. And even just to build off your point there, Matt, about Miller's speed, even a well-placed single could result in a round home, depending on how things play out there too. He's got wheels.
And depending on how much of a jump he gets and like you said, where that is placed, I don't think if it's a hit to the left field it's going to be a score, but he's definitely standing on 3.
Pena behind 0-1 to Schnurr. Barely catches the lower end of the zone for the second strike. 0-2 now to Pena. Still 1 out here. Miles Miller on first base. He just cashed home Yuki Yasuda, who led things off with a double. Pena poking at this one, then fouling it. Trying to get there in time was Zarlicina, but couldn't.
That was a long run. He was over by it looks like the Pete Sports sign. So that's probably a good 100 feet, 200 feet run for him there. And on that quick pop, I don't think it was going to land.
Outfield playing a bit of a shift because of Pena, the left-handed batter, and the power that he's able to offer. Oh, and 2 delivery.
Pena pops this up. Cena's going back and
Just short of the warning track. So 2 outs now in the bottom of the 8th inning, and Cleveland Brownlee going to step up to the plate for his 4th at-bat.
It'll be interesting to see what Cleveland does here. I feel like a broken record here. We've been saying it a few times, but he's never out of the game. No matter what the guy's throwing, he put it out of here. And we just saw Izzy Pena put one onto the warning track. So, and if Brownlee can do something here, I think it's going to be quite an interesting game.
Brownlee does have an RBI in this game already. He was able to cash one with a sac fly back in the 6th inning of play. He's gotten a hold of a couple of balls so far, but none of them have left the park nor have resulted in a base hit.
goes after the first one. Line drive caught at third base by Colin Gordner, and that will end the eighth inning. Cleveland Brownlee did not miss, but just the wrong place at the wrong time, as Majors will be down to the final 3 outs on the other side of the top of the 9th inning, but we still got some baseball to play here. We'll be back in just a moment on Majors TV.
Colin Gordner leads off the 9th inning for the Kitchener Panthers as they they lead by 3 runs over the London Majors, and pretty well put together by the game by the Panthers in this one. They got to Juliandre Higuera early in the first inning, and they've been riding that momentum ever since. John Fitzsimmons back out to pitch the 9th here. Misses high and outside for a ball, 1-1.
And this isn't the first time we've seen Fitzsimmons go 3 innings. It's definitely something that he's capable of doing, and looking to shut it down here and bring the team back up.
Finds the zone there, jumps ahead 1-2. Leadoff man in the top of the 9th inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fitzsimmons' delivery. You get him going around. No, they did not, so a 2-2 count. Another check swing, and again, Gordner did not go around. So 2 borderline pitches fill up the count. Colin Gordner. Fitzsimmons in his 3rd inning of work. Finally gets the strikeout to lead off this 9th inning of play. His 4th punch out in this game. Zarly China now up to the plate. He's 2 for 4 so far, and with an RBI single back in the 7th inning. He also had a double way back in the 1st, and reached on an error as well. Check swing on the first pitch, goes around. 0-1 count. Fitzsimmons trying to flutter one in there. Can't find the zone though, 1-1. Big hack there from China. Makes it a 1-2 count. Fitzsimmons with the payoff. China fights it off, keeping it at 1-2. 1 gone here in the top of the 9th inning. Fitzsimmons struck out Gordner to start things off. Fitzsimmons looking for the payoff again. Gordner with another foul ball. Balkwell. He's chasing after that one. Goes into the netting though. Still a 1-2 count. Still a 1-2 count here to Colin Gordner. Or check that, Zarly China. And just unable to get it over the plate was Fitzsimmons, and it's a 2-2 count now. Fitzsimmons has been solid in his relief appearance for Leandre Guerra. Misses inside this time, filling up the count. Full count delivery. Gets him chasing and tag for the out. Fitzsimmons with 2 strikeouts to start off the 9th inning.
Labatt center fielder, number 24, Tanner Nivens.
Tanner Nivens back up to the plate. He's 2 for 4 in the game with 2 RBI with a single back in the first inning. Nivens goes after the first pitch, fouls it off, 0-1. In other IBL news, the Barrie Baycats still lead the Guelph Royals 10-5. They're in the bottom of the 9th inning in Guelph, and Guelph is making a bit of a comeback. They've scored 2 in the bottom of the 9th, and they trail 10-6. Barrie and Kitchener both tied for the top spot. Barrie with the tiebreaker due to matchups. Big hack there from Nivens, makes it an 0-2 count. The Kitchener Panthers have lost 6 times this season. 3 of those losses have come at the hands of the Barrie Baycats. Guelph did beat them another one of those times, though, as well as suffering losses to Hamilton and Welland, as Nivens drives this to Pena in left field. He can't come up with it near the track, so Nivens will reach second safely on Pena's second error of the game. A pinch hitter now for the Kitchener Panthers, as stepping up to plate is Keegan Marsden. Marsden falls behind 0-1 to John Fitzsimmons. Fouls off another one to fall behind 0-2. Marsden making his 22nd appearance of the season. He's batting .234 with 18 RBI. A regular who's gotten most of the night off. He chases that one for the 3rd out. 3 strikeouts in the top of the 9th inning for John Fitzsimmons, and that'll send us into the bottom of the 9th, where the Majors trail by 3 runs in their last opportunity.
Chances are, if you've been out to a London Majors game this season, then you've noticed all the advertisements around the field. If you're wondering how you can get your business involved, then reach out to us and we can put you in touch with Angela at angela@londonmajors.com. We can help you find innovative ways to help your business grow with the London Majors. Are you looking for that perfect birthday gift this summer? then make sure you visit the London Majors team store located under the grandstand at home games or online at londonmajors.com. The Major store has lots of different items including t-shirts, game-used jerseys, hoodies, and Collins Majors socks, compliments of Collins clothiers. The Major store also has multiple different styles of London Majors official New Era caps. So make sure you visit us under the grandstand at home games or online at londonmajors.com.
We're in the bottom of the ninth here at Labatt Memorial Park. The London Majors trail the Kitchener Panthers 6-3, and this is the last set of outs that the Majors will have. There'll be a new pitcher, though, for the Panthers. Miguel Lajera will check in for his 8th appearance of the season. He's thrown 8 innings so far. Got a 3.37 ERA with 13 strikeouts this year. Byron Reichstein leading things off for the London Majors in the heart of the order. He's over 2 in this game with over 1, check that, with a walk and a strikeout.
And this will be one of their import pitchers here. He came in last year, also was a closer for them as well, so this is basically his main job here.
It's a 1-1 count here to Reichstein. It is a save situation for Miguel Lajera. He misses inside for a ball, 2-1. Line to short and caught. So 1 out here in the bottom of the ninth. Byron Reichstein retired. Got good contact on it, just hit it right into the mid of Yorbis Boruto.
And that's been the second hit that has been right at someone. Very hard, but right at somebody, unfortunately, tonight.
2 feet on either side and likely a base hit, but it's just been that kind of night for the Majors. They have not had any luck at the plate. And you gotta be lucky to be good, but gotta be good to be lucky. And Bockwell will now go after the first pitch. He'll go to short, but it gets through the legs of Yorbis Boruto. So we do have a base runner. Larry Bockwell reaches.
Luck changing?
Luck may be changing here.
Luck may be changing as that went straight through his legs.
Just moments after a nice line drive catch, Yorbis Boruto with an error to allow Larry Bockwell. We'll have a pinch runner for the catcher, Robert Doyle, the speedster, checking in at first base, while Mike Ambrose will now step up to the plate. Ambrose 0 for 3. Lajera misses outside for a ball. We often see Robert Doyle come into these situations as a pinch runner and just offering a whole lot of speed on those base paths. Lajera does sift one in for his strike, 1-1 count. Lajera gets his sign. Ambrose fouls it off, 1-2. Robert Doyle at first base, pinch running for Larry Bockwell, who reached on an error. 1 out here in the bottom of the ninth. Ambrose drives this to right field, and that'll be caught by Andy Leader. So 2 outs. Stepping up to the plate now for the Majors is scheduled to be Josh Williams. We'll see if he'll be subbed out, but Williams will step up. Saw Williams come into the game as a pinch hitter on Sunday evening. Williams Williams drawing into the lineup today, playing first base. He's 0 for 3 on the evening with 2 strikeouts. Majors down to their final out. They have 1 man aboard. Williams goes after the first pitch, fouls it off 0-1. Miguel O'Hara's delivery. Fought off again by Williams, 0-2 now. Majors down to their final strike. Miguel O'Hara in line for the save. Gets Josh Williams swinging to end the ball game. The Kitchener Panthers take the 3rd meeting of the season against the London Majors. A lot lower scoring of an affair, but still a win nevertheless. 6-3 the final. They score 6 runs on 11 hits, while London posted 5 errors to help them out, while the Majors only mustered 3 runs on 4 hits, with 2 Kitchener errors helping them as well. As the Panthers get another win for them, and the Majors back to 500, 13-13 on the season. We're going to take a quick break here on Majors TV, and we'll be back with the post-game show in just a short moment.
Chances are, if you've been out to a London Majors game this season, then you've noticed all the advertisements around the field. If you're wondering how you can get your business involved, then reach out to us and we can put you in touch with Angela at angela@londonmajors.com. We can help you find innovative ways to help your business grow with the London Majors.
Welcome back to Labatt Memorial Park for our post-game show. The London Majors falling to the Kitchener Panthers by a score of 6-3. The Panthers torched the Majors for 3 runs at the top of the first inning, and it didn't seem like London was really able to recover after that. They didn't get their first hit until the 6th inning. Starting pitcher for the Panthers, Stephen Gade, with a masterful pitching performance. Finally got chased, and then it was their relief bullpen that really took storm from them after that. Defensively, the Majors did well. Julian Higuera, aside from that first inning, pitched a very good game, went 6 innings strong with a bunch of strikeouts. John Fitzsimmons, 3 innings of relief with 5 strikeouts to his credit as well. So certainly through no fault on the defensive side of things, aside from that one glaring number on the screen right there, 5 errors by the London Majors. Definitely uncharacteristic of them. Despite the fact they had no errors in Sunday's game too. Something they'll want to clean up for sure, but as well as their performance at the plate there too. No hits in the first 5 innings of this game. Granted, not a whole lot of luck for them either.
No, and I think that also comes to, they faced a guy that normally throws off speed pitch. We didn't see many fastballs tonight, so it was definitely an interesting feat for the Majors coming in. Usually facing a guy that throws heat out to start, and you're throwing a guy that throws changeup, curveball, slider instead of fastball. So that's definitely, you're looking for the fastball to start, and now you're facing off-speed stuff. So it's definitely different, and that's like having Braden Farrington start a game. You're expecting Higuera, Miggy, Boone, somebody like that starting a game, and now you're throwing Farrington, who throws a curveball. So it's definitely something that the teams the Majors weren't used to tonight.
Who's your player of the game for this evening, Matt?
I think I have to go with John Fitzsimmons. Fitzsimmons came in through 3 solid innings, kept his ERA, and it is a league best ERA of 0.00. Bagels on the board. I think we've heard. Where have we heard that before? I think it was the NBA. 0.000. and Fitzsimmons just continues. I think if you have to look at a bright spot for tonight's game, he came in with, I believe it was 1 on, 2 on, something like that.
Runners on the corners,
Runners
none out.
Exactly.
Yeah, he does have the one wild pitch, but strikes out 2 of those batters, forces a pop out, and then how about a perfect 9th inning, striking out all 3 batters that he faced. Absolutely dynamite stuff from John Fitzsimmons. Easily the best relief pitcher in the IBL right now with that even ERA of 0. My player of the game, though, has got to be Yuki Asada. He was pretty much the only offensive bright spot for the London Majors. He went 2 for 4 on the evening with an RBI single and a double, continuing his very impressive play for the Majors since coming aboard a couple weeks ago. And that's a bright spot that will continue to shine for London moving forward. Matt, you're going to Brantford tomorrow for the game against the Red Sox. It'll be a bit of a later one for you, though, but I feel like a much-needed one against a weaker opponent in the IBL, despite all of these games against the Kitcheners and the Barriers that the Majors have had recently.
And Noah is going to have that call as well, so Noah will be there. Game time is scheduled for 8 o'clock. Last time we were there, it didn't start till 8:30 due to the sun actually being behind the pitcher. So we've talked about this before. With being in Brantford, it is a harder stadium as the stadium faces the west. So the game will probably start later as the sun sets due to players not being able to see. I talked to Roop Chanderdat when he was actually playing. He said he wore a ball to the face because he never saw it come off the pitcher's hand. So that's why there is a later start there in Brantford.
Now, the Majors move to 13-13. They'll have a chance to improve upon that against the 2-20 Brantford Red Sox tomorrow evening. You can catch that game on Facebook Live, tentatively around 8 p.m., but as Matt mentioned, that sun wreaking all sorts of havoc. Friday night, there'll be a rematch of this game that we saw tonight. The Kitchener Panthers coming back to town, 7:35 first pitch for that. Then Sunday, Facebook Live will not be there in Barrie for that game against the Bay Cats, unfortunately, but another huge one in a very tough portion of this schedule for these London Majors, who have kind of cooled off a little bit, but they're hoping to regain the momentum that they had in that month of June. 6-3 final for the Kitchener Panthers over the London Majors. It's been a pleasure calling these games on Facebook Live for you in replacement of Noah Smith, like Matt mentioned. He will be in Brantford tomorrow to call that game, so normal crew. But my name is Greg Bowman for Matt Hiscox Society. Thank you for joining us here on your Tuesday evening, and we'll catch you next time on Majors TV.